What's up, everybody? If you're like me, you know that time is valuable. Time is money. And when you're on Netflix, you can just get lost in the scroll. You're just searching and searching and searching. Listen, I got you. I'm going to give you some horror films that I would go to right now on Netflix, and it's kind of slim pickings. These are the ones that I would recommend as horror gems. I got you. Let's get into it.
I'm so scared. This guy wants to turn me into an animal or something.
First film I'd recommend on Netflix, unironically, is a film from 2014 called Tusk. That's right. The movie about the walrus from Kevin Smith. If you're looking for a movie that's guaranteed to make you ask, what in the living hell are we actually watching? Tusk is the answer. Tusk is what you need. Kevin Smith took a simple premise and twisted it into one of the strangest body horror films like ever. Justin Long is absolutely fantastic in this film as this cocky podcaster who quickly realizes he's walked into a nightmare that he cannot escape. It's uncomfortable, it's really, really funny, and it's completely unhinged in the best possible way. Tusk is a film that, either you love it or you absolutely hate it. You're going to remember it. I think those seafaring tales, that story that they have at the dinner table is absolutely incredible. Put this one on your list, man. If you haven't seen Tusk and you're just eating something like a salami sandwich or something, you're probably going to have a good time. Check it out. The next film on our list on Netflix is from 2020, and this is a film that was made during lockdown, during the pandemic, but it never really feels like a gimmick. Of course, we're talking about 2020's Host, taking place entirely over a Zoom call. This movie squeezes every amount of tension possible out of the setting that we become way too familiar with. It's like 59 minutes in length. It's as long as a Zoom call. It gets in, it gets out, and it gets on its way very, very quickly. And the backstory is pretty simple. You don't really need one. You just join a Zoom call, and there's these gals that want to summon something online, right? And of course, the scares come fast. There's amazing pacing because it's so short, but it never, ever slows down. And before you know, before this thing is over, man, you kind of want more. You kind of want a part two because it's so effective and it's so good as a horror film. Check out Host. The third Netflix horror gem is from 2017, and if atmospheric horror is your thing, well, The Ritual absolutely delivers. Listen, what starts out as a hiking trip between old friends slowly turns into something much darker as they wander really, really deep into this ancient Scandinavian forest. Now, I've covered this movie multiple times. I'm going to keep covering it for anyone that's on Netflix. This is a Netflix original. It needs to come out on hard copy. It needs to be out on disc, but for right now, this is the only place you can get it. The tension that builds in this movie is just like a slow simmer. With every step, you've got grief, you've got guilt, and you've got this incredibly creepy experience that just keeps compounding interest every single step that they take. There's amazing creature effects in this film. It is one of my favorite folk horror films ever. This movie is a genuinely creepy, unsettling horror experience when these friends are backpacking through Scandinavia and they end up in this kind of hut thing, and they've got problems in the woods, and they're finding these weird bodies up on the trees and stuff, and all of a sudden they start having these crazy vivid dreams. It almost becomes Lovecraftian, almost becomes cosmic horror, and it's just one of the, you just trust me, man. Get out Netflix right now and put The Ritual on your list. We all know that Stephen King adaptations can be a little bit hit or miss, but that is not the case with 2017's 1922. Now, this is a film that is really, really effective as more of like a psychological horror film that's driven by guilt and paranoia and consequences that just refuse to stay buried. But that doesn't mean that there isn't some of the nasty stuff in this film. Obviously, it's on there and I love it. And I just love Stephen King. I mean, it's a tale as old as time with him. This has got some great gore, a little bit of shock, but for the most part, it's kind of like a character study, if you will, about this family and this guy that's facing these impossible choices with his farm. and his wife wants to move. She wants to sell the farm, and he just decides, yeah, man, you're not doing that to me. I'm going to make a decision. Me and my Kim, we're going to stick together through thick and thin. It's unsettling. It's dark. Thomas Jane acts his absolute ass off, and I think if you're looking for atmosphere that is bleak from beginning to end and a slow unraveling of the senses, 1922 is a really, really solid flick to check out.
There is no demon, Christina.
My name is Christina Lopez. I came to this place to die.
Next up on our list is a film from 2020 that kind of just slipped onto Netflix without a lot of fanfare and without a lot of people paying attention to it. It is called The Old Ways from 2020, and it blends possession horror with Mexican folklore, creating something that kind of feels familiar while also being fresh. And it's got some really, really nasty ideas that it brings to the table, man. The practical effects in The Old Ways are absolutely fantastic. The performances are convincing. It almost kind of feels like, in a way, like almost like a version of The Green Inferno, like a possession style film like that. I don't know what it is, but I find myself watching this film pretty frequently, probably once a year. This is another Netflix original. It's got really, really heavy atmosphere. The performances are really, really convincing as well. If you're tired of the same old exorcism formula, I never really am, but a lot of people out there are. And so if you are, this thing does some stuff that's different, has some new ideas like I talked about. It gives like a unique spin that's creepy, it's emotional, and it definitely deserves a little bit more attention. Check out The Old Ways. Next up on our list is a found footage film from 2022. Say that again. Found footage film from 2022, but that's just what it is. It's called Incantation. Now, found footage rarely creeps me out, but there are some genuinely effective moments in 2022's Incantation. Why? Probably because it doesn't rely on jump scares. Okay, it slowly pulls you into this cursed world until you feel like you are a part of it. Things happen similarly in that film Antrim. This is a film that makes everything disturbingly believable, which is really, really cool. Now listen, this is a foreign film. Get over yourself, okay? If you don't watch foreign films, you're missing out. There are great, great found footage horror films. Nora the Curse, right? Ganjam Haunted Asylum. You need to give this film a shot, man. This is absolutely one that you have to experience, and just tell me what you think, man. Give Incantation a chance. It came out, no one paid attention to it. It's pretty damn effective, and it's nice and creepy. Check it.
0.
Sometimes the scariest monsters aren't supernatural, it is just things that are in our everyday life. And that's what 2015's Green Room nails. Now listen, admittedly, I've watched this film a ton. This is a film that has to do with punk music and a punk band going through the worst gig of all time and the hell that comes with it. This thing was filmed up in Portland. It's very, very near and dear to my heart, punk music, and just the way that this film is just a single setting location, kind of like Don't Breathe in a way. And these people have to get out of the worst situation ever, and you're just rooting for them. A+ violence, A+ music, just nasty mean-spiritedness the whole time. Patrick Stewart as a skinhead, pretty awesome in this film as well, man. It's brutal, it's tense, and it's unpredictable. And Green Room, dude, if nothing alone, just the vibe and how quick-paced. And once you get into this spot and you're gonna play this gig, if you will, everything just happens so fast, and it just punches you and punches you and punches you. Top tier violence, man. Top tier gore. Excellent movie. Green Room rocks.
Living with a roommate can be murder.
Be careful, she's crazy.
Now, before you get on me about whether or not this thing is horror, whether it's not horror, how often do I get to talk about 90s thrillers? Like never, hardly ever. And that's going to change today because we're talking about 1992's Single White Female. If Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie, and I do believe that it is, Single White Female also should be. It's got decapitations, it's got gore, it's got really weird assault, it's got animal violence, it's got everything that you would think a horror film would have. From 1992, Single White Female, long before Obsession obsessive stalkers became a horror trend. Single white female was there doing it better than just about anyone. This film fucks. This film knows what it's doing, man, and it is absolutely incredible psychological terror like the entire movie. I think it's just a really, really well-made movie with amazing music and amazing violence. It's so much fun at the same time. It's sleazy, it's sultry, it's out of control, it's paranoia, it's just psychotic, man, and I absolutely just am fucking over the moon about it. Watch Single White Female.
I will finish you if I have to, okay? You can barely finish gym class.
Listen, man, when you sit down to watch Netflix, there's a lot of stuff you can choose. There's the Fear Street. There's a lot of slasher stuff. Bone Temple's on there. That's a good movie. Clown's on there. The second Ouija one's decent, right? Hellhole, I really wanted to talk about. That is a great demonic horror film that I probably should have covered from 2022. Check out Hellhole. What else is on there? Trick or Treat's on there, right? There's some decent films, and then there's films that are just fun from the get-go, and that's what you have from 2009, talking about Jennifer's Body. Now, this film is fun for a lot of reasons. Okay, Megan Fox acts her ass off. She is absolutely incredible in this film, and I think it's kind of fun to watch and see how this film has been reappraised over the years, because I don't know if people were paying attention to this when it came out. I remember watching this and thinking it was really, really funny. It was really, really self-aware. And it was definitely like ahead of the times when it came out. This is a great little horror film, man. I think if you're just going to sit down and watch something that's just like a popcorn flick, that's just immediate access, you don't have to pay too much attention to it. Jennifer's Body and Megan Fox, dude, it's got Dakota Fanning. They just fucking kill it, dude. They do such a good job. They just own their roles, man. It's got charm, it's got humor, it's got genuine menace, it's got vampire stuff. All the other films on this list, dude, it is worth your time. Guys, thanks so much for being here. If you want to see more of this, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, talk some shit down there. Netflix is kind of slim picking, so forgive me. I'm going to do a little bit on Screenbox and just all the different streaming platforms out there, just to kind of switch it up, talk about some other films I don't ever talk about, and just kind of mix things up once in a while. We got some other reviews coming this week, but guys, thanks so much for being here. I love you. Cheers.